The 3 Series is known for its consistent refinement and composed ride quality. Well, throughout, it comes packed with modern tech and creature comforts, such as LED headlights, heated seats, and heated dual side mirrors with dual zone automatic climate control and power adjustable front sport seats. Now, with its right combination of performance, luxury, and efficiency, is the 3 Series the best choice for you? Stay tuned and we'll find out. Today we're working with our friends at Sears Imports in beautiful Minnetonka, Minnesota. This is a 2021 BMW 330i xDrive and is presented here in mineral white, and it has a gorgeous Cognac Vernasca Leather interior and an original MSRP of $51,225. It's powered by a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder engine that's a double overhead cam and intercooled turbo, and it produces 255 horsepower at 4,000 RPM and 294 pound-feet of torque at 1,550 RPM. It's driven by an 8-speed automatic transmission with manual mode, and this particular one is xDrive, so that is full-time xDrive all-wheel drive. Now, taking a look out front, these are auto on-off projector beam LED low and high beam headlights, and they are auto leveling and directionally adaptive, and they do have the delay off feature. It does have the LED daytime running lights as well, and you see the signature BMW twin kidney grille with the chrome surround, and it's the blacked out grille. I really like that, and it does have the body colored front bumper. You see it does have the parking sensors, and I really do like the blacked out air intake with the just the side actual functioning air curtains that pushes out the air around the side of the vehicle, and those are located there at the edges of the bumpers. It's really nice looking front end, not too aggressive but pretty sporty. Now up top is a nicely creased and angular hood, and above that is a laminated windscreen with speed sensitive, rain detecting variable intermittent wipers, and it also has heated windshield washer jets. Let's take a look around the side. Okay, along the side, these are beautiful 18 by 7.5 alloy double spoke wheels wrapped in 225/45 HR all-season run flat tires. Now the suspension consists of front struts with a multi-link rear suspension, and it does have 4-wheel disc brakes with 4-wheel ABS and 13-inch vented front disc and 13-inch vented rear disc as well. I like the clean aero design on the side panels with just a few detail lines that give this 3 Series a modern muscular look. And of course, well, there's that signature Hofmeister kink right here in the C-pillar on the rear window surround. That's got to be on a BMW. That kind of signifies it's a BMW. Now these are body colored power heated auto dimming side mirrors with power folding feature, and they do have the integrated turn signal indicators. And as you see here, it does have the body colored door handles with the proximity lock and unlock, and of course the touch feature lock and unlock as well. I do like the metal look side window and beltline trim, and up top there is an express open close sliding and tilting glass first row sunroof, and it does also of course have the sunshade. Let's take a look around the back. Now this is a fixed rear window, and it does have the rear window defroster, and you see the shark fin antenna up top, and I really do like this thin black lip spoiler, and just below you see the BMW logo and the xDrive and 330i chrome badges as well. Now these are full LED brake and tail lights, and right up here by the license plate it has a backup camera. I like the body colored rear bumper with the parking sensors, and down below you see it does have that black rub strip fascia. And you know, these are the reflectors with the fake vents, but it looks okay, it's fine. It also has a quasi-dual stainless steel exhaust with chrome tailpipe finishers. In the cargo area, it is a power trunk, by the way. There are a couple of elastic nets on both the right rear and left rear of the trunk area, as well as a few tie-down hooks, and there is a 12-volt socket. Now the rear seats are 60-40 split, and the release handles are right up under here, but I gotta say though, even though they're here under the parcel shelf, you still, once you pull the release, you still have to reach in and push the seat down, or get in and push the seat down. Now, there is no additional storage under the cargo floor because, well, that's where the battery is, and of course there's no spare tire because this vehicle is equipped with run flat tires. Now, maximum cargo volume with the rear seats in place is 17 cubic feet. Now, and I know other reviewers are content just telling you about the total cargo volume, like 17 cubic feet, but what does that really mean in the real world? Nothing to me. So we give you the real dimensions so that you know if that home supply purchase is going to fit in or not. So here we go. Now, as you see it here, the seats folded down. Cargo floor length to the front seats is 71 inches to the rear sill. Cargo floor length to the rear, from the rear seats to the rear sill, is 40 inches, and belt line width is 42 inches. Now, internally between the wheel houses, or the narrowmost point inside the trunk area, is 39 inches. And then the maximum height you have inside from the floor to the lowest point up here is 17 inches. Lift over height, picking something off the ground and getting it into the vehicle, is a relatively short 28 inches. Now, what about some of the safety systems on this vehicle? Well, it has electronic stability control, side impact beams, frontal collision warning with city collision mitigation. I don't know if that means it pushes the cars out of the way or what, I'm not sure, but it has front collision mitigation, driver monitoring alert, dual stage driver and passenger front airbags, and it does have the first and second row side curtain airbags, as well as driver and passenger knee airbags, and so very much more. Some of the packages available on a 330i are the SVR carbon fiber exterior pack with exposed hood, SVR carbon fiber exterior pack. There is also a driver assistance pack, a towing pack, a Drive Pro pack, a Park Pro pack, and driver assist pack. So many things, packages, and options you can add to these cars. So next up, let's talk about the dimensions. Okay, front track is 62.3 inches and the rear track is 62.9 inches. Maximum width with the mirrors folded, 71.9 inches. Overall length, 185.7 inches. And a height of 57 inches. It rides on a 112.2 inch wheelbase, and it does have a ground clearance of 5.4 inches. Its turning circle is 39.2 feet, and its curb weight is 3,764 pounds. Max payload is 994 pounds, and when properly equipped, max towing is 1,600 pounds. It does have a 15.6 gallon fuel tank as well. So, how safe is this BMW? Well, IIHS overall rating picks it as a top safety pick, and Euro NCAP overall rating is 5 stars. So, I guess the people that know have rated it safe. Performance, 0 to 60, 5.2 seconds. Standing quarter mile, 13.9 seconds at 100 miles per hour. Top speed, which is governed, is 156 miles per hour. And of course, bringing you back down, 70 to 0 braking is 165 feet. So, what about its appearance? Well, you know, it looks muscular, lithe, and it like it's constantly in motion. It's an uncluttered design and just the right amount of body lines and traditional BMW cues to make it stand out as a BMW and make it really look good. What about dependability? Well, basic warranty is 4 years, 50,000 miles. Powertrain warranty, 4 years, 50,000 miles as well. And BMW does offer complimentary maintenance for 3 years or 36,000 miles. So, what about its economy? Well, 25 city, 34 highway, very good. 28 combined with an energy impact score of 6.3 tons of CO2 emissions per year for every 15,000 miles driven. So that's my exterior review. Now we're going to turn it over to Nathan and he's going to show you the inside.
Thanks, Rob. And now I'm going to take you on a tour of the interior of this beautiful 2021 BMW 330i xDrive. I want to show you all the interior features plus the technology. Let's get started. All right, stepping on the inside of this beautiful BMW 2021 330i xDrive. I love the combination of colors. You got the black, and then you have what they call Cognac Vernasca, and then of course the brushed aluminum trim here. It just looks really, really nice. All right, you do have your unlock and lock buttons. You have your two-person memory setting. You have auto up and down all four windows, plus your window lockout, folding mirror button, and then left-right mirror control and the cursor control to move them. Down below, you've got a bottle storage area. You've got a little bit of storage in the door right here, and then of course you have your trunk opener right here. Now these seats are 10-weight power, including lumbar on both sides. They are beautiful if you see them right here. Moving down here, of course, you got your foot pedals, you got your footrest on the left. You do have your engine hood release, and that's just a pull twice, so there's no latch underneath the hood. And coming up here, you have all of your light controls, including your brightness and dimness on the dashboard. And of course, a vent control. And then this does have tilt and telescope wheel, but it is a manual tilt and telescope. Let's step in. Okay, so on the interior here, it just looks really nice. Now, up on the front here, you do have the digital cockpit here. This is a 12.3-inch screen, and it's somewhat customizable. Not a lot, but there are a few things you can do, and I'll show that to you in a whole nother video, as well as what is all contained in the infotainment screen. Now, coming back to the steering wheel, of course, you've got paddle shifters behind here. You've got a leather-wrapped steering wheel. All of your cruise controls are located on the left side of the steering wheel, along with your, on the right side of the steering wheel, your media controls here, and then phone. This has to do with the media, and then voice command. Moving over to the infotainment screen. So this has the larger of the screens. Typically on a standard you have an 8.8, but this is a little bit bigger than that. Looks to be about the 12.3-inch screen. But it's definitely bigger than the 8.8. It does have a hi-fi sound system, so it has 10 speakers and 205 watts of power, and that's the standard audio system here. You have Apple CarPlay. You have Bluetooth, you've got navigation, you got AM and FM radio, you got Sirius XM, you got HD radio, all sorts of good stuff. And again, I'm going to take a deep dive into that on another video, so be sure to check that out. All right, down below, of course, you have your air vents. You do have your safety system button, which if it's green means all safety systems are operating. Orange means at least one safety system is operating. If it's no color at all, no safety systems are on. You got your hazard. You have your digital display here, and this is just a display. It's not touch, but you have lots of physical controls down here for your climate control. Now, the only thing you don't have down here, and you have to go into the menu button right here, is you have to go there to hit the synchronize button to synchronize the two temperatures. But otherwise, you pretty much have everything right down here. Now, down below that, you do have media controls. You have a seek forward, seek backwards. You got a rotary volume, push for power. This mode button will bring up your sources. The band button goes between your radio sources. So wouldn't bring up, let's say, Apple CarPlay if you were hooked. It'll bring up Sirius XM, FM, and AM. And then, of course, these are your presets right here. Now, directly below that, this lid is typically closed, but if you open it up, you do have a wireless charger right here, along with a USB-A port right here, and then two cup holders and a 12-volt outlet. Now, I will point out that this oak matte finish is really nice. I happen to like the matte finish on cars. I just don't think it shows fingerprints as much, and it looks really nice in here. Now, coming back from there, you do have your controller for the infotainment screen, although it is touch as well. You do have several shortcuts. Okay? Your gear shift lever. To park is just a push on the P for park. Otherwise, there's a little knob on the left that you push to shift it into drive or reverse. And then if you toggle it over, then you can sport shift right here. But you can also just use the paddles on the wheel. And anytime you touch the paddles, they engage. So you don't have to be in this mode for those to engage. Now you do have a bunch of buttons right here. So down here are all your driving modes. You have three. You got Sport, Comfort, Eco Pro, and then Auto Hold. So if you're at a stop sign or a stop light and you press the brake, you can let go of it if that's activated, and the car will remain braked until you resume cruise control or tap on the accelerator. Start stop button right there. This is the auto start stop defeat button. So if you don't like your engine shutting off at lights and that kind of stuff, you can press that. This has to do with your parking sensors. So if you click them, they're going to turn off and then you won't have them. So I'd suggest you leave that on, but occasionally for some reason you may want to have that off. And then up here is traction control, and that's on or off right here. Coming behind that to the center armrest storage area, we'll lift that open, and you do have a little light. You've got a USB-A, and then you've got a hard rubber bottom, and it's just plastic on the side. There's no felt in there, but you got pretty decent storage there. All right, coming up to the glove compartment here. It's a nice soft opening. That is felt lined for sure. And then you have a shelf in here to store things in. This is not an extra storage area down here because when the door closes, it goes right up against the shelf. But you got storage enough there for manuals or, insurance paperwork, that kind of stuff. All right, right up here again, you see that beautiful oak matte finish. I absolutely love that. Up on the mirror, you do have your 3 HomeLink buttons right here, and this is an automatic dimming rear view mirror. You do have your light controls to turn on the driver's side or the passenger side or all the lights. And then you do have control right here for your sunroof. You can open the shade, you can open the window and so forth. And then this is your SOS button right here. Now, the visors have a light in the ceiling and a mirror, and they are telescoping on both sides, along with grab handles should you need those. Okay, we're going to take a step into the second row. All right, so in the second row, you've got the same beautiful treatment here with the different color combinations. You got your auto up and down window control. You got a bottle holder and a little bit of storage in the door. Okay, let's step in. Now, both seats have map pockets that are netted. And then in the middle, you do have the ability for the rear passengers to control their temperature. They don't have a fan setting, but they can control the temperature. In the front, it's a dual zone, but the rear, you can change the temperature. You do have heated seats, front and rear. So 3-stage, for all 4 seats are heated. And you have 2 USB-C ports right here, so the smaller USBs. So it's nice to see they have both A's and B's in here. Now, the seat here does have an armrest if I pull it down, and the cup holder pops open so that the cover makes it for a little deeper hold, so you can have a little bigger cup and a little more security without having it tip over, which is always really nice. Okay, but there is no other storage inside there. Okay, so the seats are a 40-60 split, and that split happens right here. So you can lay this portion down or just that separately. Now in the ceiling, of course, you've got your light controls right here, and then you have grab handles on both sides as well as coat hangers. Now in terms of space, the seat's adjusted to where I was for driving, and in fact I probably could have had it pulled just a little bit further ahead, but I mean I've got an ample good 4 inches of space, and I'm not anywhere near being crowded. Headspace, I've got about 1 inch. So, and I got a cap on, so I'm not scraping anything here, which is really nice. So overall, a very comfortable place to be, even for long trips. Okay, so next up, we're going to take it for a drive. All right, my turn to drive. So, is it comfortable? Yeah, it's not bad for a sporty sedan. Seats are definitely really comfortable. Cab is well insulated. I'm actually surprised how little of the, like all the tar marks on the highway, how little of that actually I hear. I can feel it a little bit, but I'm certainly not hearing anything, so which is really nice. Now, getting in and out. Well, it's a sedan. It's lower to the ground. So always a little bit harder to get in and out of it, depending on your age. In terms of just where everything is laid out in here, it's really nice. I like it how the infotainment screen is just kind of fit right in. I mean, it's sitting up separate, but they've really made it look like it's part of the whole setup and not just a separate stand-up. But, you know, the BMW Assistant takes care of most everything. I mean, from climate to raising the volume to doing all sorts of things. So it's very, very nice in here. Now, easy to park and maneuver. Well, it's easy to maneuver, let me tell you. It's a BMW 3 Series. So, very maneuverable. Right around town, yeah, pretty easy. It does have a backup camera. It does not have the 360 bird's eye view, but it does have parking sensors front and rear. You've got that nice graphic display, so if you're getting too close to an object, it's going to warn you. So, yeah, pretty easy to park and maneuver around town. All right, overall, I like it. Fun to drive. Okay, that being said, back to Rob.
Okay, my turn to drive the BMW 330i. You know, it's a peppy little car, even with a little 4-cylinder engine. And I got to say, I drove one a year ago. I visited Florida and had one of these as my rental car. And, you know, it got really good fuel mileage. It's really peppy on the highway. So, you know, can't beat that at all. All right, interior sound and quiet. You know, I mean, we've driven so many other cars. It's hard to tell, but most cars nowadays are super quiet. And I've got the sunshade open a little bit, so there might be some additional noise coming in. But I'll just be quiet a minute and let you listen. I mean, you may hear me breathing. That's about it. It's really muffled inside. You do get some road noise and some wind noise, but again, you know, you're going to get that on any car almost, unless you're looking at a Roller or a Bentley. You know, but it's very well muffled. Lots of sound deadening information in here. You know, the fit and finish, I like it. I like the matte wood. I like it's just got just enough of the brushed steel or brushed aluminum, if you will. And the surfaces, a lot of nice and soft touch surfaces, just enough black and then just enough contrasting on this beautiful leather interior as well. You know, the interior fit and finish is just gorgeous. BMW's done a really good job with this. All right, one more time, I'm going to try the acceleration from a stop. Here we go. Little bit of turbo lag there. You know, it suffers from just a little bit of turbo lag. You mash the pedal and you start to move, but that turbo doesn't kick in. That's where your max torque, I think, is, I believe it was down at 1,550 RPM. But that's it. That's it. Great car. Love it. Should definitely be on your shopping list. Well, that's our review of this beautiful 2021 BMW 330i xDrive, and we appreciate you spending some time with us. Don't forget to check out my notes in the description down below, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment and give us a like. Also, make sure to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, and please take a second to click on that subscribe button right over there. Thanks for watching.